The problem is that the Bible never mentioned the Kaaba. Now, Islam claims that Allah is the same God of the Bible. But if all of this is really the way Islam tells us, then why was the Kaaba never mentioned in the Bible? Why was it never mentioned in Jewish traditions, in the Talmud? Why was it not held important among Christians at all? The Quran even claims that Allah gave Abraham the mission to instate practices like circling the Kaaba or sacrificing. But Christians and Jews don't do such a thing. If that place was so important to Allah, who Muslims claim is the same God of the Bible, it would have been frequently visited by Christians and Jews everywhere. But there is no mention of the Kaaba at all in the history of Christianity and Judaism before Islam. Only Islamic sources claim that Christians and Jews also respected the Kaaba religiously, but there is no evidence to that. That's why many historians don't buy that story. Sure, Muslims claim that Jews and Christians falsified their scriptures, the Bible, but both Jews and Christians, especially their religious authority, want to be believers and uphold their religion. What is the purpose of removing references to the Kaaba from the Bible, from other texts, from their oral traditions, or even from their memories? Why would they do that? If the Kaaba is only not mentioned among Christians and Jews because the Bible was falsified, how the hell did Christians and Jews even manage that when there are so many heretical sects among both religions? It was difficult to unify Christianity and Judaism about very basic things like dress codes and Jesus, but it was so easy to get rid of venerating Kaaba altogether, all Christians, all Jews. No serious and normal person, no healthy person could possibly believe that. Also, the locations and journeys of Abraham are in the Bible. Current illustrations of his journeys and locations show approximately where he was and what he did. He was far in the north. All evidence that we have points toward the theory that the Kaaba was only built a few centuries before Muhammad, by Arab pagans, not by Abraham, not by Christians, not by Jews. By the weak Arab pagans that weren't remotely as big and strong as early Christians, Jews, and other religious groups.